Hi, my name is Nicole Casale, and I am the president of the Galactosemia Foundation. I have a son, Joseph, who has classic galactosemia, and he was diagnosed in 2012.
My name is Brittany Cudzilo, and I am a mom of two girls with classic galactosemia. And I also sit on the board of directors for the Galactosemia Foundation.
The foundation, it was started in the year of 1985. So basically, there was just a group of mothers, and they connected with each other and just after discussing what's out there for families, they found that there really wasn't anything. So they created a foundation, and originally we were known as the Parents of Galactosemic Children. So what that involved was just being able to connect with new families. And actually, back then there was not social media, so how were families connecting with each other? It was few and far between. And so there wasn't as much outreach as there is able to be today. Our goal is to connect with families and just give as much support, give education about the disease, about what's available to them, connect them with other families. So we have two goals, and that's our one, is just to be able to connect with families and bring awareness. So primarily it's that educational piece. So when you get that diagnosis, it's such a shock for families because it's something that you most likely haven't heard about. So just being able to give them as much information on that and be able to connect them with families, because you most likely haven't been able to connect with someone who is going through exactly the same thing that you have. So, there are different disorders out there, similar stories, but being able to connect with somebody who was in your shoes and knows, what is the path that your child may be taking in the future. And then our other goal is to help bring on research on the disorder. So with that, we try to get doctors interested in galactosemia. We provide funding for different research projects. And those are two of the big things that we do at the foundation. Our conference we hold every 2 years to give families the opportunity to meet with other families and also meet with the doctors and the researchers that are currently involved with galactosemia.
So, the Galactosemia Foundation is a group of volunteers that are parents, they are family members. Right now, we have someone who has galactosemia that's serving on our board, and we each have our own little niche. Like, I have been outreach coordinator. We have Scott, who's been doing fundraising for a long time. And sometimes we switch roles, but ultimately, what we are doing is anything that we see in our community that they need as far as outreach or research projects that doctors bring to us that they want to do to find out more about galactosemia. We get to meet together, we talk about those things, we plan the conference. So just really anything that the foundation believes would be beneficial to our community, we get together, talk about those things, and find a way to implement them. So I believe that galactosemia is very deserving of a treatment. It is very difficult to explain that there is a dietary restriction for someone with classic galactosemia. However, even if they accidentally eat something that is going to produce galactose in their body, most of the time their body is already producing more galactose than what they accidentally intaked. So my daughter, for instance, must have a lot of galactose in her body that it's just making on its own because she has so many complications. And there's nothing we can do about it. Once that galactose is made, once it's in the body, there's nothing any doctor outside of her body can do. We can just watch for the symptoms, try to treat the symptoms. Our personal experience has been that we'll be in therapy and we'll be seeing, we call it a roller coaster. We see just so much upward movement, and then all of a sudden she'll slide back like she's been re-injured. And a lot of that is just because that galactose is ongoing in her body all the time. So we need a treatment to bring that galactose down that will bring down the poisons that it creates so that her body can continue the upward movement and grow like a normal child would.